Running back Donta Foreman was primarily the handcuff to Christian McCaffrey and didn't get almost any snaps until McCaffrey was traded away to San Francisco. Foreman, his season-long stats don't look as good, but that's why we have to look at some of the efficiency metrics. He was 46th in fantasy points per game and 38th in total fantasy points among running backs. Now, this is an interesting thing about Donta Foreman, and this is why one of the reasons why you want to be taking these handcuff type of running backs. You don't know whether the lead back is going to get traded, like we saw with Christian McCaffrey, or the running back's going to go down with injury, which we had seen from McCaffrey in previous years. This is why Donta Foreman was a good pickup. 6% of the time, he was a top 5 running back. 7.5% of the time, he was between a top 5 and top 10 running back. And 10% of the time, he was between like a top 11 and a flex play. So if you were playing best ball, we're talking about 25, almost 30% of the time, Donta Foreman made your best ball lineups. He's 40th among running backs in rate of weeks as a flex play, but the majority of those games came after the Christian McCaffrey trade. He was pretty much a solid running back 2 in volume week to week. He had some nice efficiency metrics, though, as I mentioned. He was 9th in breakaway run rate, and he had the 30th highest juke rate among running backs. So still a starting caliber level juke rate. And he did this against the 9th most defenders in the box. So teams knew that they were going to run with Donta Foreman, and he still performed. Now, he was 39th in yards created per touch, and that was because he was a virtual 0 in the passing game. This is crazy. Maybe it's not crazy, but maybe it is crazy. Donta Foreman had the lowest yards per route run among all running backs who had at least 100 carries on the season. Donta Foreman was also 18th in total rushing yards. He had 930, 26th in PFF rush grade, and he was 10th in yards after contact per attempt. We'll see if Donta Foreman re-signs with the Carolina Panthers for 2023 or if he ends up somewhere else, but he's still going to be a very interesting handcuff wherever he goes. I don't think he's earned a starting role, but he has definitely established himself as a quality running back in this league, coming off of a couple of years break where he had suffered that Achilles injury that usually was a dooming injury to fantasy careers, but now Donta Foreman has proven that you can still be an effective runner a couple years removed from that Achilles injury. So good on Donta Foreman. Good on the Carolina Panthers for riding him for particular games. And Foreman will continue to be a very nice handcuff pick in your best ball leagues this coming 2023 season. If you like the content and find it helpful, make sure you hit that red subscribe button.